turn off.
Yeah, forgot to press the go live button, have you?
Oh, I've done a classic one there. Good evening, everyone.
Just never do that.
No, of course not. Of course. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the show. And as you can see in the chat, I have got two great legends with me. One is Arsenal History and More, Mr. Jez Collins, and the other one is Long Edge at his Cave. Big up to the pair of you. Hope you're doing well.
Guys. All good, man. All good. I've shared this on my channel again, mate. If that's all right.
Yeah, I've just seen that, and I see your comment you put on the Tony Claude's channel. That man just renting his mouth off.
What a nightmare! I'd have kicked him out. The City fan, what's his name? Oman Nana, or I don't fucking know.
Oh, Anomi.
That's it, Anomi. Yeah.
Yeah. He does. He does
people there. Evening afternoon, even gents. Big up to Arsenal Manic. How you doing?
Yeah, guys.
And we've got in Pain Like Bane, Adama. Good to see you.
Big up, mate.
Big up to Lenny Moon.
Yeah, big up, Lenny.
And I'll share this too. Cheers, mate. Much appreciated. And we've got old Macy Tamuri in there. Big up, Jez and Yeti.
Big up, Macy.
Macy, good to see you, mate.
Reverend, big up Jez and the lads. Reverend FC.
Yeah, big up Reverend.
And obviously Macy. Yeah, good evening, Macy. Hope you're doing well. And we've got also Andrew Macari. Big up, fellas. Good.
Big up, mate.
Welcome in. And big up to Mike England. Good evening, fellas. How we doing, Mike? Keeping well? Long time no see, mate. Hope you're all good.
Yeah, I haven't seen him for a while.
Yeah. So, Yeti, first of all, I'll start with you and that. How do you feel hearing the news that it looks like Forest are not going to be punished?
Oh, well, that's good. I mean, I've not heard it, to be honest. I've been binge watching a series today, so I haven't really been taking much notice, to be honest. Yeah, it's early days in the January thing, so just been chilling.
Good, mate. That's nice to hear.
That is great news, though. Great news.
Yeah, apparently an hour ago it's been Sky Sports put on there. Will not face Premier League punishment over transfer admin error. So at least that's one good thing for you. So that's one off the list.
Good stuff. Good.
Fair play.
So what about you, Jez?
Happy?
You should be, shouldn't you?
Yeah.
What about you, Jez? Everything all good with you?
I'm great, mate. Great. Yeah, no problems at all, man. No problems at all.
Good stuff.
Looking to the debate tonight. That'll be interesting.
Evening, Carl.
Hello, Carl.
Evening,
Hello,
Carl. Mate. How we doing, mate? Hope you're well. Yeah, it's an interesting one. Like I said the other day, it's something I spotted in that, and it's kind of gone under the radar a little bit, really. So I've done a little kind of slideshow thing just going through in it, and it's basically, football stars fearing burnout and no rest, and how will it affect players at your club? So there's I think this is more kind of geared up for you here, Jez, with your players, I think, at the moment.
Yeah.
So,
well, they get more rest than most, to be fair.
It's true. Smash the likes all, please. Cheers, Colt. Yeah, so basically your PFA have threatening to take legal action against FIFA because obviously the amount of games they want to increase over the next season or so. So it's going to look quite interesting. So as you can see, some clubs could face up to 86 games in the future as they look to expand the FA Club World Cup.
In a week?
Yeah, basically in a week. And as well as a bigger UEFA Champions League group stage. So there's going to have more players facing more injury time off and obviously less recovery rate. So the players are looking to threaten legal action because of the number of fixtures going to be played. And obviously, the demands, as it says here, demands being placed on them physically with the expansion of tournaments such as the UEFA Champions League as well as the World Cup. And as you can see, their plans are in the works with the introduction of a new summer competition for clubs in the form of a revamped 32-team Club World Cup.
Oh, my days.
So, just going to go into the chat while we go to the next page. This, obviously, evening, lads, at Mama Flossie.
Evening, Mama Flossie.
And evening, chat. Reverend saying, that doesn't matter, Arsenal, just quiet to the FA when their players are tired, like they did for Saka getting fouled. Oh, yeah, Reverend, I saw that on Twitter, and it just went crazy, absolutely crazy. Yeah, Old School Gunner. How you doing, gents? See you soon. Oh, saying hello.
Big up.
Old School saying happy New Year to everyone.
Big up.
Here he is, the man that has no sour grapes whatsoever. Anthony Herbert. Big up, guys. Hope you're all
John
well.
McEnroe.
Evening, Cole. The West Ham faithful. Irons, how we doing? Good to see you on here.
Big up, guys.
And obviously, good to see the Southern Gooner. Matt, how you doing? Howdy, panel and chaps.
Big up, Matt.
Hope all is well. All good, mate. Good to see you on here. Arsenal, mate. Jez, have you gone through the 26 Arteta signings? Any Arsenal fan to find 2 world-class players among the list?
I don't even waste my time on that, because we all know it's all just pipe dreams. You know, we get linked to just about every player in Europe or in the world or in Brazil or whatever, and we sign crap. We won't sign any world-class players we need. I'm sorry, I don't fall for that. I don't fall for the Arsenal PR bullshit. You know, seen it too many times, haven't we? We've all seen it, and I don't even pay any attention to it at all.
See, what do you think of that, Jez? I mean, like Macy's saying, I don't like it when Arsenal complain to the FA, because that's obviously the biggest thing they're doing at the moment, and that's.
I think it's embarrassing.
Exactly, you know, that's my thing. It's too much. I know they get paid a shit. It is, mate. I mean, it's embarrassing to your club, isn't it? Really.
Yeah, I mean,
definitely.
You're getting paid hundreds of thousands of pounds a week, right? For like playing, right? Sometimes you might play 180 minutes if there's a Champions League and there's the Premier League or a cup game, whatever. Come on, man. Go out and do a proper job. Yeah.
That's the thing, isn't it?
Go out there and work in a shop, Tesco's, Sainsbury's, wherever, right?
Yeah.
And like a lot of people do, and fair play, and they work their nuts off, long hours, and do like a 50, 60-hour week. Let's then see how you can actually step up. Because all you do, you go into football training, right? You get there at 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, you train to midday, then you sod off home, right? You're not training all day. So, you know, after you've done your training, you're having to rub down by the physios and massage, whatever, blah, blah. You then get in your Lamborghinis and all your lovely little cars, right? And then you drive off home, sit with the wife and the kids, put your feet up till the next day. It's bullshit. Get out and do a real job. I'd love to see somebody get out and actually go and do a real job for a day, for a week, for a month.
Exactly.
Go and do it for a month. Go and work with a plasterer for a month. See how hard that work is. I've got no sympathy, man. Sorry, if you're getting paid 100 grand a week minimum, right? Shut your mouth and get on with your job.
Yeah,
exactly, mate.
Definitely.
As I said to you the other day, you know, the neighbour, he was saying he's an Arsenal fan. And he said for the money they get paid and they come for the coaching with a little kind of toiletry bag and don't even acknowledge the vans. He said for the wage, if you've got £100,000 a week, he'll parade up the street, start block naked with no qualms whatsoever, basically. I mean, it's a good comment by Arsenal mate there. Complaining is a show of weakness, looking to shift responsibility for your own failures.
Yeah.
And never a truer word been said there. Big up to Abs, Football Bants channel.
Abs.
Don't
forget, guys, while you're in here, isn't it? You know, to subscribe to Football Bants channel. Long years Head Cave, and obviously Arsenal history and more, and obviously smash the likes up when you can.
Long Cave.
Yeah. I've learned it for you,
that channel, yeah, mate. The long Head Cave.
I followed you, mate. That's what it is. Last 2 games were shocking. Absolutely are, Dave. Their own failures. And you know me well. It's true.
I'm on the same page as Jez, to be honest. I mean, these people get an opportunity to be a millionaire with one signature on a contract, doing less than people do when they work 12, 14 hours a day, you know, and they get nowhere near as much as these guys. And these guys just jump up and complain all the time. I mean, they've been lucky enough to be born with a skill to, be able to make something out of themselves. They ain't never going to be sitting there wondering where the next wage packet's coming from or anything like that, wondering if they're going to get laid off all of a sudden and all them kind of things. The fact of the matter is, with extra games, don't players want to be in teams that are playing in the Champions League? Well, that's extra games. So, and if they do the ESL thing, or whatever it is, they'll be getting extra money for it. They won't be complaining then. Just shut up, get on with your job, and just do what you've got to do. I mean, the only one that I can see that's an issue, it was at Christmas time where you got one day and then you was back playing. That could have been done better, in my opinion. But other than that, stop whinging, man. Loads of people would love to have the opportunity that you've got. If you don't like it, go and work at McDonald's, go and work in Sainsbury's, stuff like that. You won't last a minute.
Exactly.
I can't remember the exact number of games. There was a season where Arsenal, I can't remember exactly, they played some horrendous.
Big up, Josh.
And there was no complaining there.
No.
No, exactly.
Highland you might have the season I'm talking about. I can't remember when it was. They played an unbelievable amount of games in a season. It was something like, it was over nearly getting on for nearly 60 games with replays, cup games, Europe, blah blah blah. Yeah, they weren't moaning. They just got on with, and it was George Graham era, I'm sure it was, and they just got on with it. You didn't hear them cry. You didn't hear David O'Leary and all those players crying.
No.
They weren't getting paid anywhere near the money that these clowns are.
No,
exactly.
Bloody pansies nowadays.
Oh, they
just
are.
Say hello to of course they are. Just say hello to Warren. Welcome, Warren. Good to see you. And the Del Boy Gunner TV. Welcome as well, Del. Good seeing you again. Big up Steve Davis.
Steve Davis.
Del Boy. They all sound like each other. I won £150 last night on the luck of the Irish from the gambling machine on a tenner. Not bad.
Can't be bad.
Right. So awesome, mate. Which phase is Moyes in? I bet you if he was given a £700 million war chest, West Ham would be light years ahead of Arsenal right now. Arteta is overrated.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, true, isn't it?
Yeah,
very true.
Yeah, true. Although I think Moyes was better with a budget, to be honest.
Well, say when you look at it, Steadton that's in with us as well. Considering we sold one player and bought three for that, for that amount of money, or four if you include Ward-Prowse, and that it's good business at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So let's move on to the next slide. So fixture congestion, which is another thing they're complaining about as well.
Right.
So as you can see, you've got additional burden to the already congested fixture list. So it gives very little time for space for rest and recovery. So the PFA are ready to take legal action against FIFA, which are yet still to grant the union's demand for a mandatory 28-day off-season break. So that's an interesting one as well. The FIFA's obviously well and truly digging their heels in. But as I put there, the question for most teams, especially Arsenal, already have players looking burnt out, such as Saka, Martinelli, Odegaard and Rice. It doesn't provide a long-term solution, which must be taken into consideration. So what do you think about that?
No, it's rubbish, man.
It's just rubbish, isn't it? It's just get on with your job, man.
Yeah. Rice burnt out already. Odegaard is Odegaard. Let's get it right. Martinelli is just totally off form. And why? I mean, we all know the reason why. Arteta. Saka is given up. And why? Because of Arteta. These players aren't burnt out. And let's get the burnt out excuse. It's the fact a lot of these players, in my honest belief, are fed up with Arteta.
Yeah.
They're fed up with his tactics. They're fed up with his arrogance. They're fed up with the way he wants them to play in the wrong positions at times. Give Martinelli a chance. Give him a chance at 9. What do you mean?
And if they're burnt out, how come they're in nightclubs after the games and stuff like that?
Exactly. Fact.
Yeah, it's true, isn't it?
Do you know what I mean? If you're burnt out, you'd be laid out on the bed and asleep, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, exactly.
Yeah. That's so true. So true.
Yeah, that's good. Mike,
I go to bed.
That's the thing, isn't it? These don't. So there's a good comment by Mike England. There, look, our forces fighting Russia should be paid more. Same goes for nurses, doctors, etc. Footballers are so spoilt, millionaires before they're 25, and that's the biggest problem, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, definitely.
It is.
Too much money in the game.
Well, the thing is, when you time like Saka, right? Yeah, he's worth millions. Well, they're all worth bloody millions. If you're a millionaire, right? Case in point, that young lad last night, that dart player, he didn't win, but there you go.
Yeah.
He could have been a millionaire overnight. Yeah, millionaire overnight. But the fact is, these footballers got so much sodding money. It must come a point in time where you've got 10, 12 million pounds sat in the bank. You think, I can't be bothered to do this anymore. But I'm getting paid 100 grand a week. I'll keep doing it, but I'm not going to give it the extra because I don't really need to.
That's the thing, isn't it?
As well as that, though, if they're so burnt out, then why are you doing YouTube podcasts and all that lot in your spare time? Exactly. You know, why are you doing the adverts and things like that? Why are you doing all the extra things?
No, it's true, isn't it? I mean, look at what Harlan Mike they're saying. Oh, Aston Villa, West Ham burnout. Definitely not. Definitely not. No. That's for sure.
Are any of the Sheffield United team or any of the Luton team or the Burnley team, are any of them complaining? Probably not.
Yeah. I mean, Arsenal makes a good comment as well. So there's some good comments coming in the chat, and this is the thing, isn't it? I mean, they're supposed to be they're athletes now, aren't they? When you think about what training they get and the sports science that goes with these players, there's no excuse. Really, there's no excuse. It's all down to money, as we all know that. And yeah, you should have a new contract. Let's have a quick few of the comments in there. Happy New Year, Gooners from Moss, the Sasky Gooner.
Yeah, big up, mate.
Big up to you, mate. I'll tell you, throw another cup away. Yeah, Sunday's going to be an interesting one.
Yeah, I think that's definite.
Rights Wildlife, evening, Jez on the panel. Good to see you. We're streaming tonight. He is. Let me just move down the streams. I know what you're saying about these messages coming through, Jez. Blimey.
Sorry, mate. My fault.
No, it's fine, mate. It's good. Biggest figures travel around the world. Takes a toll.
You got 864 views off that the other night when I shared it.
Yeah. I saw it the other day. Yeah.
Fair play, man. Fair play to you.
AFC always. I wouldn't give Nketiah £30 a week.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's right there. To be honest,
I'd love some of these players. I seriously, honestly, would love to see some of these players, right, go and work in a warehouse. Right?
Yeah.
Go and work at Wicks or something where you're humping up pallets and you're humping up bags of cement plaster. Yeah. They wouldn't last a sodding day.
Oh, no way.
Starting at 8 in the morning, working till 4:30, 5 at night. Yeah. Hour for lunch, tea break in the morning, tea break in the afternoon. They'd be dead.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing they have in common with that kind of work is they work with a dickhead manager, well, especially Arsenal with Arteta anyway. But I mean, most managers who work in warehouses and stuff like that are deluded fools anyway. You know what I mean? So, I mean, you just have to get on with it because otherwise you can't pay your damn rent. They're not going to have to worry about anything like
that. Yeah. Both of my daughters are nurses, right? One of mine, my older one, she's a ward sister. Yeah.
Yeah.
She works on a dementia ward, right? And she comes home from work. Not that she doesn't live with us now, but crying at night sometimes because she's so tired.
Yeah.
14, 16-hour days. Then she's got to look after the grandson. Yeah, she's on her own, right? Her and her partner split up years ago, and I look at her sometimes. I saw her at Christmas, right? And she looked an absolute burnout.
Yeah.
At the age of 34, she looked burnt out.
That's ridiculous.
And I said, you know, I mean, she told me what it was like during the COVID times, you know. and she was working on COVID wards, and I really was scared about that. But there we are. But when you see what these people do in their jobs, junior doctors, NHS nurses, blah blah blah, go and work. Some of you lady footballers and some of you men, go and work on some of them wards.
Yeah.
Go and work there for a month. See how you get on with it. Do a 16-hour day, right?
Exactly.
You're on your feet for 16 hours a day. And you've got the stress of looking after very ill people that can't help themselves. Yeah. And you've got to deal with the families as well, because the families can be as bloody stressful as the actual patients.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Go and deal with them. See how you get on with it. And when you've done that, then come in here and start giving it a proper argument, because until you do that sort of thing, sod off.
Yeah, exactly. Mr. S has got a good comment, and he says, "Why the hell don't players demand bigger squad limits instead? Especially when the limit of 25 or over 23s is clearly too low now." That's not a bad shout, actually. That's quite a fair comment.
Yeah.
There's a fair comment.
When they do this thing where they send a footballer as like a joke on, say, Soccer AM or something like that, and they send him on these little jobs and they give him these like really easy tasks and stuff. But they come back then and say, "Oh, I could never do that 24. I can never do that 14 hours a day." It's like, mate, all you did was fucking clean a sink.
And that's the truth, isn't it? Yeah. It's like they've suddenly got a bit of hardship, basically from that there. Let's just read a few more comments, then I'll talk about this. Mahita Malango. I mean, actually, Arsenal, mate, just going back to his comment there. If Arsenal were top of the league, they wouldn't have complained about a fixture congestion, and that's how true is that.
Who's that? Is that someone else who's trying to sign Mahita Malango?
No, he's the chief executive of the PFA. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think he used to play at one point. I'm trying to think who he played for him there.
He's been linked to Arsenal.
Yeah. Like the world and his wife.
I don't remember.
Saskia Goon is asking here, Palace versus Everton predictions FA Cup to date. And that's live on ITV4.
Is that today?
Yes, tonight, yeah. I think Everton's got a chance of probably nicking this. Maybe...
I didn't know there was a game on today.
2-1, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, I quite like Palace for a cup competition, to be honest. I think Everton will have other things to be thinking about. So,
yeah.
I mean, we all should take it serious, really, but obviously they're all tired. So,
Exactly.
I'm going to
already shown his hand.
I'm going to go 2-0 Palace in that one.
2-1, I think. I'm thinking.
Reverend saying, "You're so right, Jez. People get paid for the most useless things when we've got no sense of gratitude for the small things in life." How true a sentence is that? Absolutely. No point also complaining about fixture congestion. There was a 2-month hiatus. I would sink the ship. That's true.
Yep.
Right, so I'll big up to Mr. Cole Rossi. I'll be both well.
Well, to be fair, I mean, Arsenal's got off lucky in a lot of it because, I mean, I've been looking at the fixtures and stuff like that, and they normally get 3 or 4 or 5 days before another game, whereas other teams get 3. I've actually been looking at it, and I've seen it, and I've thought, well, why is that then? So I can't believe they're the ones that's complaining about it, to be honest with you.
No, exactly.
Arsenal can play anything.
I'm sure Arteta will use it as an excuse if you lose against Liverpool.
Oh, God, yeah. Christ. Yeah. Dear God. I can't wait for the meltdown. If Arsenal lose the weekend, I obviously I want Arsenal to win. Of course I do. But I'll tell you what, if it all goes tits up, mate, you wait for it. You wait for it.
I am, mate. I am.
There's already people turning. Certain channels are starting to turn the circle. I'm going to laugh myself all the way when they start to capitulate and start to actually agree and realise that some of us have been talking the sense for 4 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. And and your subs will go up again as well. Because you'll get more people coming over to you because they actually believe you now. They'll probably still not ever apologise because they only ever ask for apologies. They'll probably never give them.
Oh, of course.
True.
Absolutely.
No, true. I mean, Ty's made a good point. Football's lost its soul. No more magic left in it. I think we talked about this the other day, how it's too commercialised now. It's taken, and every team's virtually playing the same system, shall I say.
Yeah, you're right, yeah.
All righty. I'll just quickly go rush through some of these, as we've got a few coming. Of course, can't be I'll say it can't be a new year without Ty with his joke. What did the tear tree to the pool party? Swimming trunks. Oh, Jesus Christ, oh my flex, you're so right. So this Mahiti Malango is saying we've reached a stage to take legal action. So he thinks the players are playing a bit too much. He feels that they're not protected, and now the players should take a strong stance and actually look after themselves and start thinking about taking action against the authorities.
Right.
I can understand, but like the last comment there, I can understand player welfare. I mean, like any kind of person you work for, you've got to make sure the welfare of that person. But as we said, I mean, that part there is physically and humanly impossible. But these are supposed to be athletes, so really they should be they're in a better position than me and you. Put it that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, it's just whinging and crying, and this guy's obviously just seen an opportunity to like jump himself up, because I've never even heard of the guy, to be quite honest with you. And now all of a sudden he's jumping up and going, "Oh, let me be the good man. Let me be the good man for everybody." Like, piss off, mate. Sit in your office and write your stupid shit out like you always do.
Exactly.
It's an embarrassment. Exactly. It's an embarrassment of football. I'm sorry. It's beyond. If this sort of thing starts going down the road, then it's the end of football as we see it.
Yeah, definitely.
That says to me that then the players have way too much control.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
Partly a case now. It's partly the case, isn't it? But that's where I think is way too wrong in football. Because back in the day, we never used to have that. And I'm not going to go back years, Let's go back to the 2000s, 2002, 2005, 2006. We didn't have this.
No.
Players played for their club and they played for their manager. They played for fans. You don't see that anymore. And this is where the game goes horribly wrong, because when the players get the manager, they just think, "I ain't playing for you. I'll take my football home. My dad's bigger than yours."
That whole thing, wasn't it? Yeah.
It's bullshit, man.
Of course, I'm already seeing a lot of newcomers to Leeds and your channel, Jez. Maybe seeing the light finally. Could be a good thing.
Would hope so, wouldn't you?
Could be. Maybe the worm is turning.
Even stupid people have to, have a little bit of sense, I suppose.
No, exactly. Revenite saying physically, humanly impossible. Jesus, and that's what it's coming to. Revenite. That's what they think. As I say, they don't really know what a hard day's graft is by the sounds of it. So damn overdramatic is embarrassing.
He should be done for coming out and doing what he's done, to be honest. This donkey.
Full well in that he's going to make himself, like you just said, he's going to make himself look good, because obviously he's the chief executive of the PFA, so he can turn around and say, "I've got all this clout behind me."
Yeah. He's another Sepp, but was his name Sepp Blatter, the one that
Sepp Blatter? Yeah.
And then it turns out he's an absolute lunatic. Yet they've still kept the rules what he gave.
I mean, I'm just going to make a comment here. Arsenal I'm surprised with the regression of Martinelli and Saka this season. I mean, funny enough, I was in work the other day and I just kind of in lunchtime put on. I think there was Wax on. And he was showing you 3 or 4 Arsenal players, their stats from last season compared to this season, and virtually all the players had halved. They've actually dropped that much. They dropped by half their performance from last season. So that just shows you how bad things are at the club. So
one thing I will say though is, like, last season they was playing really hard every single game. I didn't see none of this regression then.
No.
So there was obviously playing in a type of formation and and team that they enjoyed and they wanted to play in. Do you know what I mean? I think a lot of that's down to the fact of how Arsenal are playing at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're getting tired of it.
I mean, Macy's saying about Girona beat Atletico Madrid 4-3. So apparently the Girona manager,
good as well.
He's being lined up possibly to be the new manager of Newcastle.
Oh, that's interesting.
Really?
Although I've heard that, but I think the chairman came out and said Eddie Howe's not in danger at all. Not that that means anything, but
yeah, your chairman did exactly the same, didn't he? And then,
well, yeah, yeah, pretty much.
So,
but I mean, he did keep him though, didn't he? And then but he did want to get rid of him, but I don't think he could find anybody who wanted to take over. So.
I mean, Carl's mate, that's a great comment. They've already have the control now, I fear, Jez. They're like major celebrities nowadays. I fear football's close to being done to us, at least. I remember a show you was on one time, Jez, and someone asked you about, I think you went to one game. I think it was you and your nephew. I think you said, and that cost you over £200. And that just, for most people, that's just out of reality, really.
Yeah. That's
me and my grandson. And,
our grandson, sorry, mate, yeah.
Yeah, it was like a day out for us. That was going to Brighton away. Yeah, we're going this year to Brighton away, and yeah, time he got the tickets, he wanted the match program, this, that, something to eat. I had a couple of beers and whatever, and he had a Coke or what I can't remember now, whatever. And it's a bloody day out. And he's desperate to go to the Emirates. And I said to him, I'm not going to take you just yet. When you're 10, and he's going to be 10 for the next 20 years, by the way. That's my. I said,
go down there.
I will take him. I have promised him I will take him to the Emirates. And I said, I said to my wife, I said, it's going to be an expensive day out, but it's the grandson. I will take him up there, give him the experience, of a day out at the Emirates. We'll do the stadium tour and all that. He can meet, Charlie George or Liam Brady, which I'd love him to do, obviously. I will do that. That'll probably be next season now, but
nice.
Yeah, and I'll tell you another thing that's going to be the worst as well. You just know there's going to be certain content creators, there's going to be certain YouTube channels, which I'm not going to mention their names, but they're going to jump on this and go, oh, they've got a point. They've actually got a point, and they'll go with it. And all the prats on social media will go with it as well because it's the in thing. You know what I mean? And it's just going to blow up now because that's what content creators do now. They just see something because they're not very good at what they do. They just see something and go, oh, yeah, that's a good one. I'll have that. Do you know what I mean?
No, exactly. Exactly. I don't know if you want to answer this question, Jez. It's been put to you.
I'm going to marry, avoid, shag, Jill Scott, Tommy Fury and Gail Clichy.
Well, I hope you say shag Jill.
Well, it wouldn't be Fury and it wouldn't be Gail Clichy, that's for sure.
What's going on here? Steve, we're all talking about, obviously, players being burnt out and playing too much football. Too many games, for the amount of being paid. So I feel for you, your fans overrate a lot of your players, and managing this season is going to be a big humbling, for the deluded part of your fan base. Some of them are grown men crying. Yeah, as we saw when they played us. So a lot of people crying in that game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brilliant panel. Speaking of facts, cheers. What's wildlife? Amen. Carl, Anthony, about McEnroe. Here we know about the ball.
No,
never went out. Carl, the early doors return to streaming is like a new signer for us real ones. Thanks, mate. Appreciate that. And as always, real people like yourself being in the chat is always great to have. Things won't change at Arsenal until the fan base raise their standards and take Arteta, Vinay, and Edu.
Spot on.
Big up to Darren Sullivan, including Saka, dyeing his hair like they're letting the club down. Copying Rashford, the money is taking the players' anger away. Big difference in manager and players. It's true. very true.
Yeah, big up Darren.
Fact. Damn it, you're on Instagram.
No, I mean, did you see people in on Lee Reacts last night when the game had finished between Atletico Madrid, and they was all going, "Oh, what you saying about Simeone now, then, Lee?"
Yeah, I know.
I'm like,
it's like,
have you seen what he's done over the years? Yeah, he lost a game and now he's not. Oh, shut up, man! Shut up! You just lost your last 2.
Exactly that. Yeah, as you know, mate, people got small memories and they forget that people remember other things, which is always a problem.
Exactly.
Kivior, 35 El Nino and Jorginho will have to leave along with Nketiah, Cedric and Smith Rowe and Nelson. Yeah, we've had that debate, that's for sure. Thursday, just catch up with Anthony Herbert. I did the Emirates tour. Charlie George was there. I put it on the chat.
Nice.
Big up to here to there.
Big up here to there.
Cheers, gentlemen. Robbie Lyle just been demanding seeding for FA Cup.
Big up Island Mike.
Yeah, mate. Chelsea won both UCLs after second their manager. I'll take my chance with their pod Albert. At least he will bring some sanity back to the pitch.
Yeah.
Palace Hunter, how did West Ham get good? I had them down to get relegated. Well, we bought well. That's the difference, Palace Hunter. Palace Hunter. We bought well. That was the main thing over the summer. We actually bought some decent players, and that's been helpful for old Moisey.
Definitely.
Hi, Jez in the panel. Good to see you. And Jez got it right. Malango's a mug. How dare he give it the big one on behalf of players like they've just won us a world war? Half of them don't even sign programs and have no connection with the fans.
Yeah.
This is the thing we were just talking about.
Fact.
This is what we were saying. And Adam Elmino, Nketiah on loan to Brentford, Tony on loan the other way, Dreamland.
Yeah.
Can't see that happening, to be honest.
As we said, we're not seeing Arteta say he's not going anywhere.
No.
Why would you want Tony on loan anyway? You need to get somebody in of his standard, to be honest. I mean, you don't want him on loan. I mean, if you had him with like a obligation to buy, if you did like an option to buy, then somebody else could still jump in at the end of it. If you want someone like Tony, you need to put the fucking money there and get him.
Yeah. But the thing is, I think the price tag is going to be the thing that's going to be the stumbling point. That's for sure. I'm sure they're going to want big money for him. And if it ain't going to be in this window, it'll definitely it'll be in the summer, won't it? And they'll demand more money. That's going to be a problem.
It's going to be interesting what happens with Raya, because he was on loan, option to buy.
Yeah.
So are we going to buy him? Don't know. I can understand possibly that Arsenal in this window said, right, okay, we'll take Tony, we'll pay his wages and with an option to buy in the summer, right? Because that's the Arsenal way, yeah. And maybe that's the way round some of this financial stuff. I don't know. I haven't looked into it, but it's going to be an interesting window. Even though Arsenal are linked with about 25 players already, it's players. Some of them I've never even bleeding heard of, but it is what it is. We'll see what happens, and let's see how many people we actually do get in, shall we?
Yeah.
That's the thing, isn't it? I mean, I think it's the old saying, isn't it? Until you see them with pen to paper and that shirt on their back or whatever,
the back in a set, mate.
No, that's the age why I listen. When I see him
exactly
at the Emirates with a shirt on, having a photograph with Arteta and Edu, big smiles. Look at what we've done, people.
Exactly.
I don't believe any of it.
No, we're a bit more classy though, Jez. We have a private jet. We have Stead Tyne on the player and the agent in the background. We go for a bit more classy when we do our sidings.
Exactly. Yeah.
Darren saying loans. Sorry, mate, go on.
And the thing is, most football clubs, right? If you announce or a rumor comes about that you're in for somebody, you don't pontificate for like 3 weeks. You just get the job done.
Yeah, exactly that.
You'll see Man City, Liverpool. You just do it.
You don't long it out.
We're buying Fred Bloggs from Borussia Dortmund or something, right? The bloke's on the plane. He's landed at Luton. He's down to your grounds or training ground. Yeah. He has his medical. Doctors give him the sign off. Okay, fantastic. His agent's there. It's the negotiations go forward. Next day, signed. Oh, West Ham have just signed Joe Bloggs from Borussia Dortmund. Not Arsenal, mate. Yeah. Not Arsenal. We've got to take about 3 weeks to do anything.
Try and make a TV series out of it.
Yeah.
As Darren said, why didn't you get nothing? Yeah, exactly. Why didn't you get Arteta on loan? Rare type deal. Highland Mike, how long before West Ham bin the league to win the Europa to get Champions League qualification? Well, I think if you look at it, we're doing a bit of both at the moment.
Yeah,
we're definitely knocking on the Champions League door, and obviously, apart from the boring game we saw at the beginning of the week, we're still in there, aren't we? You know, and depends what we buy in this window. I know
they're showing it's possible to go for more competitions than one, which certain teams just don't seem to be able to do.
No, they just want to do one thing and that's it, basically, or self-destruct and get knocked out of cups and then just end up with one thing or maybe nothing. We'll see.
Is that team begins with an A? It's called Arsenal.
Yes. Sushil saying Top Goon is raving about some 24-year-old Turkish guy who has played for NEC Breeder in Holland and Fenerbahce. Interesting to see who that is. And super chat here for you, mate. Point for the lads. Big up, Cole Rossi.
Thank you, Cole.
Just going to say, guys, just going to put it out there. Don't put super chats in because this isn't on my channel. It's on Early Doors channel, guys. Thank you, but it's not. Are you monetized yet?
Not yet, mate. Not yet.
Yeah, guys, don't put super chats in. Right? Thank you. Thanks, Carl, but mate, honestly.
No, it's nice, mate. But it's nice for them to do
that
anyway.
Just send us a tenner. It's fine.
That's it. That's all you got to do, mate. We know you're a generous man.
Give me your bank details, mate, and I'll pass. The problem is, mate, you lose 45% of it.
Yeah, of course.
That's YouTube. That's YouTube.
Yeah, the usual take that they do. Drew going to send Raya back and sign David De Gea on a free. Interesting share.
That's it. Yeah, it's interesting. I heard that one the other day, to be honest. I think they just need to stop making goalkeepers do other things. I mean, I know there's been a lot of goalkeepers that they say that's quite an outfield player as well, but to me, it's not working. If you look a lot of goals are scored because of a goalkeeping mistake and all that kind of stuff. You know, when they're trying to pass it out and things like that. I'd rather go back to the way it used to be, where you had to have somebody fight to win the ball when the goalkeeper kicks it up the field.
That's true, isn't it? It is true. Darren saying, now we're wearing a Spurs shirt in the FA Cup. We'll be in the bin by Sunday evening. Wow.
Yeah, I see that. We're wearing the white shirt on at home in the FA Cup. Come on.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, what's that
all about?
Shocking,
Arsenal, mate. The excuse is already coming in. Articles claiming it's very difficult for Arsenal to get decent signings in January.
Yeah, well, who did we buy? We bought Arteta in January.
Yeah, that's true. Michael, Declan Rice made one hell of a mistake coming to us, lads. Interesting comment.
How long will he stay?
Well, this is the thing, mate, isn't it? Well, that's
facts.
I bet he's ringing City now and saying, "Hey, is that offer still on?"
Adam Elmino, Liverpool signed McAllister before the window opened. Predictions for Sunday? Well, I think, we already said 3-1. My shout for Liverpool beating yesterday at 3-1.
Yeah, I think I said that as well. 3-1.
They'll probably get Thomas Broden loaded on his Zimmer frame. Probably do a better job though as well, Darren.
Yeah.
At least his Zimmer frame might be able to block a shot.
Yeah, it's true. He uses chuck his Zimmer frame at the player. Perry Groves on my Arsenal tour. He loved me. Calf tattoo, Arsenal crest. Was quality day. Best part of my London trip last August, the Legend Stadium tour. Well done, Saskia. It's good to be enjoyed that.
It is a good day out, Fev. It is a good day out.
Here he is. Big up Bargav. What's the truth about this Tony stuff? Supposedly 2 loans from the same club not allowed. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't make sense, and it really. It's like, I'll give you £20 and that. You give me back 15 and that, and I'll give you £2.50. That's a deal.
Mm-hmm.
Save for a pint next time you meet up. That's good.
Yeah, man.
That means I've got to travel up to the London City Stadium now to buy early doors a pint. You know what I'm saying?
Sounds good. Sounds good, mate. Arsenal fan base sure got mad when I keep saying how well Hammers used the Rice money. Yeah, this is the thing. So, 2 attackers and 1 defensive midfielder for
used
for the price of
well,
1.
To be fair,
it's all PR.
True.
Yeah. And Adam saying we bought Aubameyang in January.
We did.
Everyone's saying it's hilarious seeing so many channels just saying Arsenal are through to the same round like a bounce back is guaranteed. They always write us Liverpool off. Yeah, it's true. So let's just go on to the next slide. So we're saying the new Club World Cup. So in 2025, it takes a month before the Premier League actually starts, and that's going to cut short the summer break for the players. So they're going to be even burnt out even more. The domestic campaign will then run all the way up until the following summer's World Cup, which sees an additional 16 countries taking part in that. And then also you see in the Champions League stages will increase from 6 to 8 games from September to December, with international games proceeding as usual. And then FIFA's also looking to launch the Intercontinental Cup the following month, which will feature the European champions. So you imagine all the dramas on that.
Well, that would be like a pre-season thing, wouldn't it? Really. But yeah. I mean, you don't really want. I mean, are they going to really take it that serious for a start? I mean, is it going to be, because they want to be getting ready for the actual league, don't they? So,
well, I suppose if you look at it, I mean, you got to think of this Club World Cup that's just gone. City obviously took it serious because obviously they won the thing. Thomas Skinner would do a better job than I go. Yeah, well, exactly, Darren. So yeah, City took it seriously.
If they were going to do that, then they'd have to allow the squads to be bigger.
Well, that was the question that was put earlier on that, and I think that Malanga, when he's saying about asking for this 28-day break, and they're still waiting FIFA to sanction that. So that's an interesting. Maybe it all ties in at some point, but we'll see. Rest in peace, Jose Antonio Reyes was a great January buy too. Yeah.
Well, everyone's going to need bigger squads, aren't they? Basically.
Yeah.
So he's going to get rid of the small squad that like Santos trying to sort of make the squad smaller because he's saying it's too big for what he normally works with. But if you have things like that, you're going to need bigger squads.
Yeah. It's opens up a can of worms in certain respects because then you've got to think about how many, to get all these extra players in, they're going to want extra money.
Yeah.
And if you get someone in better than someone else, they're then going to be tapping on the manager's door, expecting to get more money. It's just going to take it out of the game.
If there was to do something with like the youth players and the players that's in the youth squads and stuff like that, I could understand that because then you could get to see different players trying to break into your first team and all that kind of thing. I could understand that, but using them players as well, I mean, they're already complaining about congestion. They've been complaining about it for a long time. So,
but you make a fair point there on when you think about like with the youth. How many over the years? I mean, Arsenal, yourselves, us with the Academy of Football, we brought through players. Now it's a case of you've got to buy it ready made off the shelf to slot into your team and start doing well. So what's the point of having a youth system? What's the point of having a scouting system to get youth in when you're looking for a ready-made player?
Yeah.
That's the other thing that's been taken away from football in my eyes.
Yeah. Definitely. Definitely.
When do you ever see, I mean, I know I'm biased, but at what point in the season this year, I'm talking about this season, right? have we ever seen an academy player come into the Arsenal team? We did it to take the piss against Brentford last year.
Yeah.
That was a pure piss take, right? Because of what happened the season before. Yeah. We have this. I mean, it's either we've got a bloody awful academy, youth squad players, right? Then the one player we did have that came through and went out on loan last year was Balogun.
Balogun, yeah.
And then we flogged him. One of the, apparently he was going to be the a great player. Did well over in France. I can't honestly say I know too much because I didn't watch him. To be fair,
yeah.
He came back. We flogged him. What's the point in having an academy?
Yeah,
that's the thing, isn't it? That's the question. I mean, I suppose the difference being is, I mean, I think I said it on your show the other night. The difference when you looked at, the Champions League, you've already qualified, and you still put a full strength squad out. Whereas when you look at Klopp wasn't afraid to try players out. Let's see what they can do. We know we're already through. Let's see what these players can do. I want to see what they can do, and that makes a big difference.
Yeah, that's what we should be doing anyway, because I mean, you've got to find the next stars and all that kind of stuff. So you should be like giving youth players a chance, to get on the pitch and see what they can do. Like Darren says, Patino's another one, isn't he? Who went on loan to Blackpool. I think he's at Blackpool now. I'm not sure where he is, to be honest. But I mean, what? Let's face it. I mean, let's look at Arteta, right? What youth has he brought through since he's been there? There's no youth really that he's brought through. Most of them was already there when he got there.
Yeah.
Saka and all that lot, they was already there, and he's not really improved anybody anyway. I mean, and I don't know about you, but as a football fan, I like to see the new ones coming through, the local lads and stuff, and and you're like, oh man, he's decent. You know what I mean? Even Man United don't really do it that much. I mean, they got Palestri and Mainu, and there might be one or two others, but even they don't really do it as much as they used to as well. So what's happening to the youth academies?
She said, I think it's just kind of being loaned out. I mean, like, you saw us, we played Babamba against Brighton. We brought him on at least. But other than that, we had a load of them sitting on the bench, but it was only Babamba that came on.
Yeah.
So are you saying that, we'll give you a sniff of what it looks like and that's it? Not exactly getting much from that, really, are they? So you want to see a bit more. I mean, obviously, Arsenal make saying if the squad was made up to 50, wouldn't that mean far more expensive for the clubs? Absolutely, is going to be that. Or just sign up to 20 new cheap players or play the kids just for those competitions.
I think it shows just how much money there is in the teams nowadays, because at one time you had to do that. You had to find the next star to be able to sell the next star to make money to build your team and stuff like that. And they don't really do that now. So there's that much money in it. They don't need to find the next star sort of thing. And that's quite a sad thing on football, really, because everybody loves to see the next player from Nottingham or London, Arsenal. I mean, I can remember, you say what you like about Wenger, but I mean, I remember when he used to put youth in the cups and they did bloody well as well. Yeah. And you had some really good players back then as well in the youth teams.
Well, the thing is, you got to think that as a kid, if you enjoyed your football and that, you wanted to kind of do well, then you got the chance you get spotted. And also, for certain people, it was a case of, right, I want to play for my local team that I support.
Yeah.
You get scouted, you get put in there, and all of a sudden, you do well and you get a pro contract. But as you said, now it's a case of you're not seeing many come through. So what's going on? What's the point of looking for someone, as I said, whereas you can just kind of look around at other clubs, but it's got to come from somewhere.
Yeah.
So if it's not coming from English clubs, we're going to be going more abroad to get players at a cheaper price?
Well, there's only really Man City that actually puts them in. Rico Lewis, Palmer. There's only really them that really puts them in. Foden. I mean, look at that guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there's a lot of other clubs that just don't do that. You know what I mean? And I
No,
think
exactly.
that's something that needs to be looked at as well. I mean, when was the last time you saw like a youth goalkeeper get a chance? They never really do. They're just buying new ones.
Yeah, that's true, isn't it? Yeah, just didn't think of it like that. That's yeah.
I mean, there's a comment there from the Sasky Guna. It's a fair comment, man. It's all right having these players on the bench, but they don't play.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean,
yeah. That's the thing, isn't it?
You stick them on the bench, and okay, fair enough. They sit there. What experience they get? Nothing.
No, exactly.
You know, Arsenal could be in a game, and there have been a couple of games where Arsenal are away cleared, the game's done, dusted. Stick the kid on for 5 minutes. Don't stick on. How many times have we seen Wenger, right? Yeah. 5 minutes to go. There was a game the other week, and he was going to bring on Reece Nelson. He never got on because it was so late in the game, and the referee called time. And the guy was just stood there like a bloody, spare pricket at a wedding.
Yeah.
Point. You know, if you've got a young kid sat there, and it's 5 minutes to go, you're 3-1 up, 4-0 up, whatever. Okay, stick him out there. Just let him have a run around. Get the atmosphere.
Maybe it's something to do with sponsors and stuff like that, with players and things like that. There might be an underlying thing with it that they've got to keep the players.
It's in their contracts. I said this, and facts. I did know somebody who had inside information on this. When we had Willian at our football club, right? It was in his bloody contract that he had to play a certain amount of games.
Yeah.
That was in his contract. And that is why he played game in, game out. And I wouldn't be at all surprised, knowing it's Chelsea, when we bought Havertz and Jorginho.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be at all surprised if it's in Havertz's contract.
Definitely in Havertz.
A certain amount of games.
It's definitely in Havertz, I would imagine.
Yeah, his sponsors, his whatever, his agent has probably put it in the clause of his contract to say, well, you got
the host.
He's got fed up. Yes. Oh dear.
The host just dumped us, guys.
Yeah,
It's a new computer in there, and all of a sudden, like, the touchpad is so bloody sensitive.
That was a quick toilet break.
Yeah. Just change me bottoms here. It won't be long.
You got a catheter or something?
Yeah. Mate, jeez.
But yeah, I mean, it's a shame. I mean, it's always good to. I mean, like, it's always good to see like good youth players. I mean, we've got like Finn back, who don't get like a lot of chances now, but he was looking decent when he came on as a left back, and I mean, and it's just you just don't really see it that much now. And I think, like Jez has just said, I think it's to do with the contracts and what contracts they have. If I'm fit, I've got to play, and that's it. But don't play, you're in breach of contract.
Yeah, that's true. Paul Nelson has been struggling along and it's not up to it. Yeah. Didn't look good against when he came in for us. Darren Sullivan, Patino, what about Emil Smith Rowe? He can't get a game. Yeah, that's
Yeah, I think ESR's done, man. I think he's definitely
needs to move on.
Going somewhere.
Yeah,
which is a big shame as well, to be honest.
I'll take him. I'd have him at the Hammers.
I'd take him. Absolutely. A lot of clubs are sniffing around Morgan Gibbs White as well, which I'm not very impressed with.
Stan Kroenke, whatever Lee Gunner says, we follow. Carl saying, stick to the league, domestic cups, and the European Cup, and fuck off with the rest.
Yeah,
it's like we one of the comments said, like, it's all about, it's commercial, isn't it? It's all about getting more sponsorship in, more money.
Yeah,
but where's it being invested into?
Yeah.
Then
I mean, it's like I've said for ages, the biggest thing on your badge should be your shirt, not your sponsor. And look at the sponsors. Yeah. They're the biggest thing on the shirt. They're the first thing you notice. It's like, fuck off with that.
Stan Kroenke is a fraud. Ligon is better than the fan base. Stan Kroenke, everyone loves Lee here, but he ain't a cult. Everyone has their own views here, as always. Everyone's entitled to an opinion.
100%.
As free as we all entitled to our opinions, regardless of what club we support.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is an interesting one. How do you manage 40 to 50 players properly if the squad capacity was raised? Well, put it this way. Arteta has a bad enough job, didn't it, with 11 players on the pitch. So you imagine with 40 or 50 players.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it would be difficult. And you couldn't you couldn't sign loads of players with that kind of contract that I've got to play every game. You can't. So that means you drop quality in the players because it's going to be the quality players that's asking for that. So then you'd have to have mediocre players that aren't going to have that in their contract. Could be a massive fuckwit shite, that.
If you had a 40 squad team with the amount of money that big clubs, I mean, when I say big clubs, I'm talking about top 10 clubs. Yeah. You've got the management there behind the manager to be able to control it. Because if you run a company, right, you don't manage 40, 50 people every day. You have people in jobs that manage teams.
Yeah, you'd have to have loads of managers.
I know it's slightly different in football because you have to have a collective team working together. Yeah, you haven't got one team of finance and one of accounts and blah, 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 blah. But you've got people around you. If you've got the right management base, then you can do it. No, I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm not saying I'm an advocate for it, but it is possible. It is possible to do it.
I agree on that, just because if you look at it now, I mean, when you think about the old days and that, you'll have the coach, the manager, his assistant, and about 2 or 3 people behind him as like a coaching team. When you look at it now, you've got the manager, you've got the assistant coach or assistant manager, and then you've got 20 or 30 analysts, sports science, medicine people, and all this kind of stuff, and they're always analysing. You see it, the little rectangle box on the underneath their shirts, which is monitoring how much movement they do in their capacity, breathing, etc. It's all that sports science now. I mean, Bargav's making never thought about it, but do the youth academies bring in a bunch of money? I don't think they bring in a huge amount. I don't think it's the biggest thing.
Well, if you go to a game of the youth, it's normally about £5-10 a ticket.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, we call up to Barclays do kids for £1.
Yeah, exactly.
Just to fill the stadium. So that's how you do it, isn't it? Particularly bring kids from South America who play regular football in their leagues, Copa Libertadores, rather than investing in local. Brexit rules have made work permits easier outside the EU. It's a fair shout.
I mean, I remember going to a Forest match ages ago, and it was a youth match, and it was actually against West Ham, funnily enough. And there's a player called Moncur.
Yeah,
Moncur. Yeah.
You got George Moncur. You had John Moncur, and then say his son George as well. So George wasn't a bad little player.
Yeah, we beat you about 4-1. You probably didn't want to hear that, but we did. So
we're just a gracious team sometimes. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. We're just gracious.
You're the team of giving. Yeah, I noticed it against Arsenal before Christmas.
Yeah, exactly. What's the weather not saying here? We use them in cups in Europa when we need to rotate. This is Liverpool. You're saying Trent, Curtis Jones, Harvey Elliott, Luke Chambers, left back, Bradley, right back, McConnell, midfielder, right wing, Doak, Kaidi, Gordon, centre back, Quenza. Good coaching. And that's the true thing, isn't it? That's the difference. If he's not, Klopp's not afraid to rotate and put the young players in there, because that's, I suppose, in certain respects, that's always been the Liverpool way. You brought players up through the ranks, and that's what we should be doing as clubs as well, collectively.
Yeah.
Found Academy. So let me just kind of call up there's one slide left to show you on this lot. So let me just get to that one there. So here it's saying a possible 86 games could be played. So if Man City win the Premier League and the Champions League, then basically they'll be playing 86 games in the next season. The possible 86 games.
It's a lot of games, man.
It is a lot of games.
It's a lot of games.
So when
but it just also says if they retain the Premier League and Champions League this season, raising further years of burnout and injury. I'll just grow a pair of fucking bollocks or go and do something else.
I think the difference with Man City, what they haven't realised with this paragraph, is the fact that City's got a big enough squad to rotate compared to other clubs.
That's another point. Yeah,
you know, there's a different thing there. And as we can see there, Klopp's always had a criticism of the fixture schedule over recent years. And you know, when he starts talking about it, he gets angry, stating we all have to change, but there are no shortcuts or easy routes, which there isn't. It's the way it is. I mean, as you said, we have to do exactly in our daily lives. So what's the difference with these people?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and it's only like the bigger teams that's complaining. It seems. I mean, I've not seen anyone, you know, from the smaller clubs or the clubs just trying to make way, like the Crystal Palace, Forest, you know, those type of clubs and stuff like that. I've not seen any of them saying anything like that. Mind you, then again, they're not in all them competitions, I suppose. That's why.
That's probably why. Big up to Tony DJ Crane. Big up to
you want to be in the Champions League. If you want to be in the Champions League, that's going to be extra games.
Yeah.
You're not complaining when money comes through and you're getting the extra appearance money.
The thing is, I think the only detriment to this would be if there was other competitions in this to make that many games. I think the detriment to football levels would be that you're going to get the teams that are in the big shout. They're going to say, right, I'm going to focus on Premier League, Champions League, FA Cup, and maybe some Intercontinental Cup or something. The detriment will be to the League Cup because teams are just going to put out a third string.
Yeah.
And that's going to lower the competition even further than it is now. And then God help the teams when they've got to play their plays in international breaks as well.
Yeah.
No,
I'm a bastard. I'd make them play 4 games a day. I would.
Well, yes.
that's you, really. That's you. I mean, so I'm just going to go back to Darren Sullivan's comment there. I mean, it won't be long before the players have drink breaks every 22.5 minutes with Gatorade.
Probably.
That's the thing with everything coming in now. I mean, obviously, the other subject we've never touched on is sin bins. That's another thing that's going to.
Oh man,
rear its head as well.
Don't.
Arteta doesn't develop and bring young players through the Arsenal academy. Where are they?
Why don't you just discipline your players? Why don't the managers actually take hold of the players like Clough used to do and say you don't approach the ref, you don't do this, or you're in trouble and shit like that?
Yeah.
I think the problem is, personally, you're quite right. The managers need to show more discipline to their players and say, you get and approach that referee and you give a dissent, right? You get a fine. If you get for foul and abusive language, you get mega fine. Like serious, like I'm talking 20 grand.
Yeah.
Because I tell you what, back in the day, and this is fact, when Arsenal had Bertie Mee, if a player got sent off playing for Arsenal as Bertie Mee was the manager, he was made to stand in front of all the players and apologise. And that player was made, right, as a senior footballer to clean all the boots and clean the changing room.
That's right.
That's the difference, isn't it? Yeah, that's how you do punishment. That's for sure.
I've just come up with an idea actually for that, Jez. You know, if you actually do it, like when you're playing paintball and you cheat, and you all have to stand. You have to stand there, and they all shoot you from close range. I think they should do that.
Martin, are you expecting any West Ham activity this window or not, Tony? Yes, we are looking to do some things. I mean, Keller's gone out on loan already. I think Ben Rama may be on his way out as well. So we are looking at a right back, a left winger, and possibly a striker. So Moyes and Stead Tyne are apparently looking at some players at the moment. not much is coming out. What names? I think there's a couple banded around. I've got to do a bit more research on who they are. Yeah, well, so I think
that's definitely happening. I think.
Yeah. Mate, say Mark Noble's a better director than Edu. Yeah, he's learning. He's learning his game with Stead Time, so he should be good. Can obviously bring back the old badge too, please. Yeah, I mean, West Ham fans can say exactly the same with where we've changed their badge as well. You can lower the touchpad sensitivity, go to your settings. Cheers, mate. I will do. So I'm just getting used to this new one, so hopefully I won't do. I mean, getting on the touchpad is about half a foot wide. Great point. Arteta would invest in 2 more dogs or maybe bitches.
Well, he's already got 11 bitches.
Oh. So when you look at Drew Gunners, can we actually get to understand what Lee says with the number of ads on his channel?
I think that's it. I think it's all a YouTube.
Is it a new thing? Yeah. So is it a new thing now? All these ads coming on all the time.
Push people buying the premium, innit? I think that's what they're doing.
What it is, you now have the ability to set your ad frequency,
right?
And you can also do it that you can be chatting away like we are, and if there comes a point to break, you can actually put in manual ads, so you can fire one in there. I personally don't do that.
No, I won't.
You can actually set up how you want your ads to appear now, like frequency, dud, whatever how you want to do it. It's to get the maximum revenue. Yeah, he is still the coach.
It's a channel killer, mate. I've seen it done before, and it's like if you ask the streamer something, and then they answer why the advert's on, then just don't work.
Yeah.
No. Mertesacker is still there, mate. He runs the under-17s, or
I think Tony Claude
under-17s, and he's also still the head goalkeeping coach. That says it all. Really.
And for you, there, Yeti.
Yeah, how much Yeti? Yeah, how much Yeti? How much Yeti is a Forest home game on average? I think it's about 45, 50 quid now. I could be wrong because I haven't been for ages, and it's too expensive for me anyway. I can't even think about doing it, and you can't get in at the minute anyway because they're trying to build that other stadium, the other fucking stand.
Tell the truth, you're banned.
Well, yeah, I'm banned as well. But... yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, but it wasn't me. Like when people go to the prison and go, well, I didn't do it. It weren't me. It was a case of mistaken identity. There's more than one Yeti in the Forest ground.
Turn the game to baseball with the amount of games. Yeah, it's true, Sushil. Yeah, they are. That's for sure. They will play a 24-team league after a state championship. They're all alive. Wow.
Yeah.
Kudos, to be fair. Most of us don't have a high probability of getting injured like footballers do. The UCS internationals need to be binned, though. The friendlies do, anyway.
I'll tell you what, you say we don't have high probability of injuries. The amount of times I've fell down the stairs pissed, I have a very high probability of injuries.
Well,
I'm clumsy as fuck.
That's every night. Every night you fall down the stairs, don't you?
Well, I fell up the stairs last time with my dinner in my hand, which ended up all over the floor.
Well, you have faced it a few times.
Do you have to enter these competitions?
I wouldn't have a face like this if I hadn't, yes.
Just place your reserves and get knocked out early. Yeah, I think it depends on your position and where you finish in the league, Arsenal Manic. I think that's what it works out, especially the World Cup, the Club World Cup one, anyway.
It's good. That's a good point, though.
Yeah, definitely. Who was that whole sitting manager that punished the whole team and the half team talk on the pitch? Oh, that was
Brian won it. Brian.
Yeah.
Somebody Brian won it, and he had
Brown,
in the huddle.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Good to see it.
Yeah.
That's how you do punishment.
Definitely. definitely.
All those unwanted competitions just to eke out more money out of the working man via the turnstiles and pay-per-view viewing. Absolutely.
Spot on.
Yeah,
Absolutely spot on.
Absolutely.
Still 0-0 at Palace and Everton.
That's all these new things are about. It's probably a Sky thing that they've got together and all that kind of stuff to get more games.
Yeah. Carl Rossi, we all talk about footballers having a responsibility to the youth watching instead of sanctioning bullshit. Punish harshly, acting the dickhead towards officials. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Whatever TV subscriptions.
That's what's got to happen. You've got to have managers like making sure players know that they're going to get fined, and they're going to get fined a lot of money. Or just, I'll tell you what I'd do. I mean, Jez said 20k or whatever, but you know the appearance fee they get. I would just say if you approach the ref, only the captains can approach the ref. If anybody else does, you lose your appearance fee.
Yeah,
and your bonus for goals and all that kind of stuff. You lose a lot.
You can soon stop it by showing severe discipline.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you say to a player, your squad, your team, right? Okay, right. You go and approach the referee, yeah, without the captain, yeah.
Just be back in a minute. Keep him talking. Be fine.
And if you're like on $100,000 a week, example, right? You cause a problem in the team, yeah. You're getting fined 50 grand. It will soon stop.
Yeah. What about if we give the refs a gun? So, like anybody that approaches him, he takes the gun out and holds it like that to them, to their heads.
That's going to come next, I think.
Stop it.
Tony Claude sent you €2 there. Kent Jersey sent you that.
Oh, mate, Tony, yeah, thanks, man. But Tony, thank you for
Tony,
that.
mate.
Don't super chat on here, bro, because it's not my channel.
Good to see you, James.
Thank you.
That 12 quid that Jez owes us now.
James Lamprou, good seeing you, mate. Great show, guys. Love watching you. Great content, honest and sincere. Thank you, mate.
Yeah,
it's good hearing that.
Team.
Yeah, got two good ones in the channel with me as well, and we all do this exactly the same thing.
Who are they?
Good, honest content.
Who are they?
The people in the background, Jez, in the stands there. Just see one over in the left-hand side and one in the right.
Exactly.
It was the ones that turned it down, and then he asked us.
There you go. Phil Brown.
He forgot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Phil Brown. That was him. Phil Brown.
Phil Brown. That was it. Yeah,
he was. Watched for the first time the other day. Cole and I got a double ad. I couldn't skip after following him for 3 years. I've unfollowed him. Yeah, it's a bit too much, isn't it? Some of these adverts. I've seen them on some of the ones. Donny van de Beek has joined Frankfurt and Jadon Sancho. Now, apparently, I think Sancho's now done. I think he has actually returned back to Dortmund now. I think it's done. I think it's a done deal, that one.
Yeah, we're supposed to feel sorry for him because he's a millionaire.
Oh, of course, yeah, because he threw his toys out the pram.
Yeah. I mean, he's got nothing to do with. I mean, when I said that the other night about feeling sorry for him, it had nothing to do with mental health. I meant the fact that he should have got himself involved and put himself on the pitch. You earn the fucking shirt, or you don't get it. End of story. And exactly. I'm glad we still actually do that part of it, because when that part of it goes, the whole lot's gone. Because you're just going to get like Arsenal, where you just got a load of players on the pitch all the time who don't deserve to be on the pitch because they're not performing.
That's the truth. Kudos to St. You. All the beer depleted early at the City ground, and everyone immediately looked at the Yeti. Big up, Dal. Good seeing you, mate. Oregon Goon in the channel.
Big up, Dal.
Yeah, big up, Dal. How you doing, buddy?
Phil Brown, the sunbed salesman.
Yeah. He was a very disciplined manager, though. He
was as well.
No shit, did he? Phil Brown.
Look at that. Hugo Lloris has joined Los Angeles.
Yeah, I saw that the other day.
But
we're looking at Keylor Navas.
Oh, yeah.
To bring, apparently, I mean, it's all talk at the minute, but I mean, apparently we're looking to bring him back in, because it's like Turner's made an apology about what he did against Man United, and it's like, well, you can apologise and the fans will be like, yeah, it's all right, but it's like the manager will probably just go, don't need your apologies, mate. It's like an apology when the ref gets something wrong and you lose a game. It's pointless.
Yeah. So we nearly catched up on the messages. Macy Tamir is our transfer guru. Absolutely, she is.
Yeah.
Staying there. Eric Bailly has rejoined Villarreal. Luis Suarez has joined Inter Miami and has reunited with Alba Busquets and Mesut.
Can I just mention about this ads on YouTube thing? Unfortunately, a lot of the control is not down to the actual host. YouTube are trying to maximize what ad revenue they can get. And when you are monetized, you don't have the control you used to have.
Yeah.
Because before, you could place ads after you'd done your show, you'd go and place ads, yeah, and you could go and spam it for like every minute. So if you're live for an hour, you could put 60 ads in, but they wouldn't.
Yeah.
You'd only see 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's all changed now. That's all gone. What they do now is you can still do that. Don't get me wrong. But you now have the ability of setting times of when your ads are going to show 6 minutes, 10 minutes, 12, 15.
Yeah,
20.
same on Twitch.
Right. And you can also do manual ads. I prefer to do it that I do an option that says what's called mid-roll, which means I let YouTube put my ads in with the content they think is appropriate.
Yeah, back in sec, still here.
So a stream might get 4 or 5 ads.
Yeah.
But the thing is, once you give over the control too much to YouTube, it's just bang, 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 bang.
Yeah, because they're looking for their revenue, aren't they? Yeah.
And I get it. It is annoying. It is. I agree with what Drew was saying. It can be very frustrating, and I just like, fuck this. I can't watch this. You know, because it's just frustrating, especially when you. I was annoyed the other night when I did one of my shows, and right in the middle of my intro, right, of the Arsenal, the James song, Sit Down Next to Me, there's 2 bloody ads.
Jeez.
I'm like, what? That's my intro, man. That's people love it. And then you've broken it up.
That's not good, is it?
Well, you wouldn't have seen it live, but on replay, yeah, there's 2 sodding ads in it. I'm like, what?
Wow, that's not good. That's not good at all. I mean, Barca losing to Las Palmas. Recent form has been shocking. 1 win in 6, and currently losing to Xavi trying to keep up with Arteta.
Las Palmas. Oh, Christ.
Christ, that's not good, is it? Can I read these last comments there? We're going to start wrapping it up on that. I'm actually going to be going on with Uncle Rod's in a minute. 9 o'clock. With Uncle Rod's. Mbappe might cost over $500,000 a week in wages. That's 2 car Havertzes. Make the call now. It's true, isn't it? That's for sure. Xavi not gone, not at all. Madrid pulling away from Barca, kudos. And Mbappe is thinking about his future at Paris again. I think it's Real he's going to probably end up in that.
He ain't coming to Arsenal. Forget that one.
That's
I heard the other day something about Liverpool.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yes, I've heard they're coming to the mix as well.
I mean, would that be if they let Salah go?
Possibly could happen. It could be the possibility there. Adam Elmino, much better than North London Forever. The Top Gooner anthem.
Oh, Christ.
Yeah, that bleeding out.
Oh, my days, yeah.
Shoot that guy.
All right, guys. So just going to be wrapping up shortly. Any kind of final comments about what you think about players burnt out?
It's all bullshit, man. At the end of the day, somebody put in there, do these players work 86 days a year? Sorry, 86 days a year?
Yeah.
No, of course they don't.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Everybody else does. Most of us in the chat here do. I don't. I'm retired. But the fact remains is that go out there, some of you football players, do a proper job for a month and see what life is all about, because you ain't got a bleeding clue. But I ain't got time for the cry babies, mate. If you go into a job of being a professional footballer, You're getting all the big money. You're getting the big lifestyles. You're enjoying everything in the world. Shut up, stop crying, and just get on with it.
Exactly that.
Yeah,
exactly that.
Definitely. Stop being a bunch of pussies and get on with your job. And I've just noticed in the chat, hello, Pete Haywood. How you doing? Marcus Ed Richards. Tim Richards the other day. No, it's Marcus Richards. This Richards family must be massive. Are they all inbreds like you?
Take your Arsenal, Manic.
I don't know. We'll have to
No, exactly.
see that one.
The tiny club won more big European trophy. There you go. The tiny club won more big European trophies.
Exactly.
Saka was burnt out of playing 60 to 70 games after 3 years. Now you want him to play at E+. He will be finished by 26 years old. Yeah, never a truer comment there. So, guys, just going to be wrapping this up. So, if you don't mind, if you can shout your channels out, we'll start with the Yeti first.
Yeah, well, cheers, mate. I'm going to quote you, and my channel is the Long Yeti Eared Cave, I think you said.
That's the one.
Yeah, it's Long Eared Yeti. No, I've said it now. Long Eared Yeti Cave. And big up to you for having me on again.
No, thanks, mate. Much appreciated.
Conversation. Same with Jez. Make sure you follow these guys. You know, they're awesome YouTubers. So anybody that's in the chat, make sure you look after them. And come over to mine. You know, do watch-alongs and things like that, and gaming and just all different things. Serial killer videos I'm going to be doing at some point. And yeah, big up Long-Eared Yeti's Cave. Have it. And I've got my comment there. Look, overpaid windbags.
Did you just say you're a serial killer?
Well, if I did, I'll have to retract that because I might get in trouble.
And yourself, please, Jez.
Oh yes, Arsenal, the history and more, guys. Thank you, mate, for inviting me on Early Doors once again. It's been a great chat as always. We had a great chat the other night.
Yeah, we did. We did.
And tomorrow night I'm doing FA Cup preview of 3 games. Arsenal, Liverpool. Uncle Rod's is joining me. And Early Doors, we're going to talk about your game, West Ham United against Bristol City. And the Yeti's joining me. Notts Forest versus the Blackpool. And unfortunately, Kenny can't make it tomorrow night because his flight is leaving at 6 p.m. now from Iceland. So he won't be back till 9 o'clock UK. So never mind. There we go. It is what it is. But anyway, guys, thanks for everybody that's come over from the channel to support Early Doors. And looking forward to the weekend. It's going to be some interesting games.
Yeah.
And everybody, thanks for watching. Thanks for the great comments. Great debate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And for the chat, thank you very much, guys, for coming in. You know, from me and Jez's channels, much appreciated. We like all the comments that you've been saying in there. And all I say is this: I'm Early Doors Football TV. That's Long-Eared Yeti, and that is Mr. Jez Collins.
Stop being pussies.
Final thing: enjoy your evening, and yeah, we can always say this: Arteta out. Have a good evening, everyone. Take care for now. Ta-da now.